Race fans, are you ready? It is time. Moxie Media Promotions coming to you live on Spreaker Radio from the AAMCO Total Car Care Studio. It is West Coast Wide Open coming at you right now. Wednesday night means West Coast Wide Open right here from the Moxie Media Promotions studio, located in the central Willamette Valley. We're right in the heart of the Willamette Valley. Got a lot to talk about tonight on this show. It's going to be very different. Going to be a tough one. I'm not going to lie to you. So I want to get straight into the show because honestly, our weeks don't matter.
No.
So far, just doesn't matter. Everybody has been talking. I'm going straight into the show. I'm not wasting time. We've got a lot to take care of, a lot of information to give out tonight. Sandy, you're going to help me out with this. So we have been working our tails off the last 48 hours to get something accomplished. Finally got it done. That's why we're 15 minutes late getting on the air. You guys here in the studio obviously know what's going on. We're going to talk to the racing community. So everybody has heard the tragic accident that took place.
You can do it, Corey. Got faith in you, brother.
This is hard for me because I'm talking about friends here, not just what we call racing family. I'm talking about friends. Tragic accident at Madras Speedway. Couple things first. I'm sick. I sick to my stomach about this whole deal. Mainstream media, KPTV. I'm calling those guys out. All the news sources are a joke. What media does to situations like this are an absolute, it's disgusting what they'll do to get ratings. It's disgusting what they'll say to get people to turn to their page or their channel. First and foremost, this was not a racing accident. Okay, this was not something that took place on the racetrack, which I think makes it even more tragic given the situation. They put pictures up, their headlines, make it sound like a child ran onto the track during a race and was hit by a race car, or their wording is it's just sickening. Okay, that is not the case. I'm not going to get into details about what happened, but what we do know, a small child, 4 months old, lost her life in the pit area. Her name is Dawson Rose, and she was 4 months old. Gorgeous little girl. And again, I'm going to lose on the show more than once. These are friends of mine that lost their 4-month-old granddaughter, that lost their 4-month-old daughter. The parents are 26 and 24 years old. This is their first child. I cannot imagine. I have never been there. I can't pretend to imagine. I don't want to. It hurts just to think about it. I know there's been a fund set up already, but Moxie Media Promotions has set up a fund to help out this family. Dad has used all of his time off work when the child was born, has no time off work. He's going to have to take some time off, obviously. Any of us would. We have set up a fund, the Dawson Rose Memorial Fund, and we are taking donations to help this family out with their bills, funeral expenses, whatever they need the money for. We're going to help this family in a time that is tragic, doesn't even describe it. We've spent the last couple hours at the bank getting this set up. We've been on the phone figuring out what's the best avenue to take, what's the most beneficial. We would not use GoFundMe. GoFundMe takes too much of a percentage. I want to make sure every penny of this goes to this family. And that is what exactly is going to happen here. Moxie Media Promotions, first and foremost, is not getting a dime out of this deal. We do this because we care about what we call racing family. We hear so many people in our sport use the words racing family. I don't even know what that was. We hear the word racing family all the time. This is a time where the word family needs to hold true. This is where we're going to find out who's on board and who's not with that word family. Okay? We're going to give you guys some information. We're going to post it up during the show. Sandy's going to take a couple minutes here to talk to you about how this is going to work. Again, 100% of the proceeds going to this family for bills, medical expenses, funeral costs, food, whatever the case may be. It's for them. Again, I'm not using GoFundMe because of the percentage they take. I don't like the idea. Sandy, I want you to go ahead and talk about what we've done and how this is going to work.
Well, it's been a tough week. So we just got done at Oregon State Credit Union and set up an account under Memorial for Dawson. It's called Dawson Rose Memorial Fund. You can go into any Oregon State Credit Union and they can look it up by name, Dawson Rose Memorial Fund, or if you bank at a credit union, you can go into your credit union with the Dawson Rose Memorial Fund account number, and they can transfer funds from your credit union to this particular credit union. We will post this information. The account number is 634209. We will post this information, so you don't need to write it down. I'll write up something on Moxie Media. We'll post it, and then I will repost it and repost it and repost it so that information stays at the top of the page. You may write a check. Even though you could write it to Corey or I, we don't want you to do that. If you would like to write a check, you can write it to Dawson Rose Memorial Fund, and we will deposit that in that account. You can give cash, of course. When you go to the bank, if you post it in person, they will ask you for your ID. So when you go into the bank, you have the account number, you have your ID, and you can make a contribution that way. Any questions, just private message us. If you happen to have our cell phone numbers, that's fine too. Otherwise, just get a hold of us through Moxie Media's Facebook page, private messaging, and we'll keep you updated on that. I do want Corey to share something that he shared with me on the way back from the bank about Grandma Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to her several times this week, and so has Corey, and I just thought he'd share a little Moxie Media and Janelle story.
Little bit, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Janelle and Chris Schlott, I'll tell you right now, wonderful people. I know some of you guys at Moxie don't know them yet. I promise you will. When I first started Moxie Media, we finished out the first racing season. We moved into the indoor season in karts, where I was announcing and handling media duties over there. And some of the first people to welcome me to Salem Speedway was the Schlott family. And when I say welcome, I mean they came in and made me feel at home. Like everybody here at this table, that's how they're one of us. I'm telling you that right now. They made sure that, at the track that I was fed. I had money to buy food, but they brought the barbecues out. They brought out the, whatever it was. I was welcome into that group. I was welcome into that family. Got to know them very well. Wonderful people, hearts of gold that'll help anybody do anything. Okay? That's why this is so important to me. We got to thinking on the way back from setting this thing up. And I started remembering about that season. And I thought this was kind of fun. Janelle Schlott was racing Hornets on the indoor at Salem. And she actually carried the very first Moxie Media promotion sticker on any race car. She actually carried that. She was the first one to say, "I want one of your stickers," and we put it on her car, and away she went. And she had a great season. And I can't say how bad I feel for this family. Their daughter Kirsten, 24 years old, her first child. Devastating. Wonderful kid. She's a racer herself. She spent some time in the cage karts. Dad's a racer. He's ran everything there is to run under the sun, sprint cars. He's ran, everything there is to race, from go-karts to sprint cars. He's been in it. Like I said, just wonderful people that I'm glad I can call friends. And I am personally asking for the racing community to step up and help this family out in this time of need. We do have the account started. There has been 2 donations made. Those donations were put in by Moxie Meat Promotions and by Jetstream, the owners of Jetstream Aqua Massage. I was talking with the new owners that purchased that business from us, and she's a parent. She has kids, and she says, I'm in, and she made a significant donation as well. So we've got a good start. Now I'm just asking. I am personally asking the racing community. I don't care if you're in Alabama, Australia, New Zealand, California, wherever you're listening. Please check out Moxie Meat Promotions here shortly. We'll have this information up and how you can help this family with a donation.
We can even give you our personal home address where people who live out of state can certainly send us a check.
Right. And one thing that I want to make clear, like Sandy mentioned earlier, I do not want any checks made out to Moxie Meat Promotions. I want those checks filled out to the Dawson Rose Memorial Fund. Dawson had a very unique spelling to her name. It's Dawsyn. Again, this is all going to be on Moxie. So we'll get this up on Moxie Meat Promotions Facebook page and how you can help out with this family. When we think about racing being a dangerous sport, we don't think about stuff like this. We don't think about what can happen off of the racetrack, whether that's a car coming through the fence or whether it's anything the pits are a dangerous place. And what makes me sad about this is we have a young mother trying to do the right thing by trying to put her baby in a safe location from the sun. And that is what kind of spurred this whole thing. What makes me sick is people on Facebook reading these articles, reading these things, saying these people need to be prosecuted. These people need to be put in prison. Okay, let's understand something first and foremost. This is an accident. This is nobody's fault. For somebody to come on there and make a heartless comment of these parents and grandparents need to be prosecuted when they just lost their daughter and granddaughter, what are you going to do? What is prosecuting these people going to do?
How can you make them suffer any worse?
You can't.
You're not going to
can't.
do anything
No.
to make anybody suffer any worse. I can't speak from experience. I know people very close to me that can. I don't even want to imagine. But that is heartless. That is thoughtless. It's cold. Okay, let's really analyze the situation for what it is. What are you going to do any worse to these people? I mean, do you think really putting somebody in prison for an accident is going to make a difference? Is it going to make the situation better? Absolutely not. Not in any way. Not in any way is this going to make it better for anybody. I just saw some of that stuff, and it's made me sick to my stomach that this is not what racers are about. This is not what our community is about, to say something like this.
But that's the general public, and that's not the
Well,
racing community. And, we have a completely different outlook on those things. Even the people that don't know the intimate details of what happened, the racing community is a community of compassion and giving. And when we go down to Southern Oregon Speedway, people open up their wallets, and it is amazing how many people just walk up when somebody wrecks their car and gives us money to give to them. This is not indicative of the people that we work with.
One thing we take pride with Moxie Meat Promotions, and you guys have all been a part of it now, is raising funds for a cause. For a cause, a real cause for somebody in need. And this is one of those times where I am hoping that everybody that listens to this show